private.
Why you have to pay freight?
Excuse me. Hello there.
If you want to improve the driver's pay, that shouldn't be.
I have asked that.
Good. I'm not in a
You have to
private.
pay a high fee
I have
for
asked that question. What is the affiliation
With
between
Arrive
Arrive
Alive
Alive
is a WhatsApp.
and the transportation division? What is the affiliation between both parties?
What do they
That's
know
right.
about
What do Arrive Alive know
safe driving?
differently to the licensing
That
authority?
woman's son died in an accident by Westmoreland's traffic light.
Oh, my God.
That is how Arrive Alive was home.
Yes.
Excuse, can I say something? I don't
I
know
thought
if
that's
anybody,
good.
I don't know if anybody here in this press conference had lost their license, right? But I can vouch that I lost my license, right? And I lost my license. I own a maxi taxi, red van, and I lost my license for 4 o'clock in the morning for stopping to pick up a passenger in Arima, right? In Kennel Street. If you're familiar with Kennel Street is, and when I pick up that passenger asks me to change $100 for them. Because they want to pay the taxi what now bring them so that I can pick them up. So whilst I changing the $100, the taxi was in the back of me, I was in front. As police come now and blow his siren, we was on the side of the road. He said, drivers for my insurance. I trying to explain where it is going on 4 o'clock in the morning. He causing unnecessary obstruction or anything. He said, drivers for my insurance, you're not supposed to be picking up nobody here. He see the man went, pay the taxi, come back in the maxi. Give me 2 tickets. Place not appointed as a maxi stand and for picking up a passenger in a dangerous spot. Right? Next time again, I get a ticket on the bus route. Can overtake me. I was riding 65 because I was aware that it had a speed trap down the road. Can overtake me 65. I drive at 65, the car overtake me. When the car overtake me, now we didn't know it was a speed trap down the road. And the car did not know right to be on the bus route either. So in order for I to save myself from getting myself involved in any accident, I had to just walk over my speed limit and come wrong him. And then he now make a U-turn in the back of me and run back up the road and the motorcycle man running back down the road. So when I reach down by the speed check, I explained it to the police officer. The police officer say yes. They see what it went on. The motorcycle went to bring down the man. When the motorcycle man bring down the man, we will not charge you, but we will give you a notice that you will come to court to testify with this man doing on the bus route, and this man was over the speed limit. But it didn't happen, so I ended up getting a ticket for over the speed limit. And I was just doing about 5 over the speed limit, over the 65, so 70, right? I come and I lost my license, and I lost my maxi too. I lost my maxi, and praise God that I know who is Jesus and I know who is God, that I had the mercy not to turn on the other side. And I went to Mr. Karen Clark in the licensing office, Harony, and I speak to him and I tell him what it is going on. He tell me, he say, here what's going on. Pay the tickets and I will move the points out. When I paid the ticket, 5 days after, he called me now, his secretary called me now and told me to bring in my license. You understand? And I end up getting suspended. You understand? But as I say, praise and thank God that I'm my experienced person. I'm over 50 something. That I have the good knowledge and the good teaching from my grandparents and from my parents that I didn't do the crime. Because the first person I was going by is by the second class. No, I'm telling you.
No, but I want to sit here and I'm listening to you. I want to tell you this, right? You see this phone? That phone don't stop. Everybody and every problem that they have doesn't stop. And I want to say this to you because you all deserve a lot of respect for what you're doing. The job that any transport worker does in this country is second only, in my opinion, to farmers. Because farmers and transport workers is who put food on my table.
Not because I'm across here, Chief, but I knew in Maximo for over 48 years. I carry children to school and children what in big position right now.
What I'm saying to you is this. The reason Trinidadians do not get the respect they deserve is because we do not unite.
Yeah.
No, it's not just stand up, but to unite.
Yeah.
You see, I remember a friend of mine, and we were having the Andrea Barrett thing, and we called for total shutdown day. And she messaged me to say that her business, she can't afford to close for a day. And I wanted to ask, can somebody come in your door and cut your throat? How much days your business can be closed for? You know, I mean, Trinidadians have to start realizing strength in numbers. That's how it works anywhere in the world. And if we're going to protect ourselves, we have to protect each other. They have to protect me, and I have to protect them. And once we're working like that, the government will start to do the job the government's supposed to do.
No, this man will raise a very vital point we talk about. He's saying that he's never even get a chance to explain himself before the court. And,
Yeah.
and if that is
Why couldn't he explain himself before the court?
because
He paid the ticket.
yeah, when he paid ticket, he
When
got
you pay
chance to explain
ticket,
himself.
when you pay ticket, you admit guilt.
When she paid ticket, you admit guilty, and that what Mr. Karen Clark made me do.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to contest my ticket. My ticket was done in the process of contesting.
All right, so let's say no.
So
Going.
so you subterfuge trick.
Yeah.
They use
Yeah.
Yeah, but you understand? You know, and I know, the courts is not the flowing fields of justice.
the greatest field, isn't it?
That we are told, we are led to believe that those flowing robes represent men and women of integrity. So I want to say to you all here, because you all have the power to change all of this. And the power is in unity. Everybody agree? Because the truckers have issues they want support for, and the taxi drivers have issues they want support for. That was always the intention.
The motorbike. Them have issues too because it has certain police officers stopping motorbike and telling them that they're not supposed to overtake. They're not supposed to overtake. They're not supposed to change lane. I'm a motorcycle rider.
And the ordinary driver has issues too.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, they can't be charging people so much money for defects on a vehicle when the roads
road
are
is
not
not
good.
good.
I just want to bring up.
That is madness.
I want to bring up point that is an option for everybody to sell the car to buy probably 1%.
I want to show you all something.
That is that.
The day you see we, the people, in anything, stand up,
Become weak.
force change,
Become weak.
then all of a sudden you will see everybody else join up. Trinidad is a bandwagon, this culture. It takes the first few, and the invested few is always those who have the most to lose. Right now, that's your.
Young people,
When I went Rival Life, the tutor who teaching the class in Rival Life, he said, Mr. Castillo, I didn't even know that you could get points for picking up a passenger. I said, I even from my room at the Port of Spain, and I may stop 1,000 times to pick up passenger and drop off. Sometimes I transported people, and a woman might be sitting down, one man might be sitting down with me, a little child. The child want to free herself, lose her urine, stop. When you stop, they want to charge you for that as well too. I seen happen already.
Well, I want to
So many experience I have out
I want
there.
to say
With bandits, with criminals, with
everything you
I-
say. No, but everything you say, you're preaching to the choir. We are converted. We are on your side. You are convinced us.
But
So everything you
I wish
say.
if I could get 1 million people behind me.
What you mean? That's one point. That's the point. Because we put that in place before 2020. We had put that in place before 2020. We had created a National Transportation Association. And we were supposed to stand up together over the price of gas, over the price of the tires should be duty free for transportation workers and parts. There were a list of things that we wanted to fight for y'all.
Look, we have our system in City Gate there, right? With the government.
Because I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah.
I just told you, my phone don't stop ringing. Any problem that you think you're gonna tell me, trust that I've heard it before.
I know you hear the
Trust that I've heard it before. And what frustrates me is that I understand clearly how to fix it. But in this instance,
Yeah.
it is about taxi drivers treating each other as brothers.
As well.
That nobody should be disrespected that way.
One of the phone ringing there.
What he's saying, in other words, get your people on board and then come back
Yeah.
without
But they are already associations.
Yeah, they're
All of those associations have to agree. And they keep thinking that it is politics. I'm not even interested in politics. I have shown you that I am the least interested politician in politics.
Yeah. It's a fixed country.
If we fix the farmers, the teachers, if we fix the hospitals,
police.
and we can deal with the workers at the workers level and the government.
Yeah.
But there's just people lying too easy.
What I just want to say
Distract.
that what I say to people is that we have 65 years of independence, but we also have a mindset of a trained people in the sense that we function on the IND mentality in this country. And it's the IND mentality that is taking our community down the drain while we live in our houses with the IND mentality. A few bunch of people came from Venezuela just about maybe 5 years ago, 6 years ago, and they use the we and us mentality and they dominate the community. We and us is the way that you have to live. And the youth ready.
Well, look, between the last time we met and now, 4 years have passed. So, I mean, it's like the truckers again and the long haulers and all of them to sit down in a room again. We had everybody on the table.
Now, Sunday we meeting up again on Sunday. So, I don't know if we could probably do some collaboration.
Get all
Sunday.
the heads of all the associations, and all we want is solidarity.
You see, Mr. Alexander, what is happening here is that when the powers that be realize that there is unity amongst the citizenry, what they do is that they unleash the hounds of hell, which is the TTPS.
But all we have to do then is this: listen. If you are not going to support the transport people who involved in transport, then we're not going to support you. You need us more than we need you.
Yes. Yes.
All the lockdowns that they did during COVID and things, they didn't stop transport, because they needed transport to keep the wheels of
That's what I
the
said.
economy.
Police, hospital, pharmacy, groceries, and transportation,
In Trinidad right now,
taxi.
there is most businesses use either just in time or flow to keep their shelves in the warehouse. And I showed you another video. I said there's stock on the shelves, there's stock in the back store, there's stock on the truck, there's stock in the warehouse, stock on the port, stock on a ship. If you stop movement, you know what happen? What in the grocery and the back store will sell out, and what on the ship and on the port will start to double up and triple up, and especially things that are perishable.
Well, see,
Bread, potato. You see that thing?
Yeah, that can't stay.
well, see that these guys are them already here, right? But I am
We had everybody around the table, including the truckers, and everybody was willing to go forward. And you know what happened? One of the taxi drivers associations pulled out, and one from 10 became north.
But I don't think we should do the forum with just ourselves.
You don't think so?
No. There's too much more NGOs, and right now, what have been happening for the past 2 weeks is that we're actually merging right now. Right? I would say it's about a week and a half now that we're actually doing this.
So seeing that we already here already, I don't want to be able to say anything so we could stream it together. See?
Yeah, let's do that.
But you don't hear already, so you have to send all the clarion call for the rest of people that
Sunday meeting, if we can get all.
everybody can Sunday.
What I have to
I want to say with love, I get 1 day with my family. And that's a Sunday. I was trying my best to keep it secret. Of course, I'm telling you,
Yes.
any other day on time, look at where I am. You know, I don't hustle right through.
What are we doing our last meeting is that
We can do Saturday.
We can do something.
We can do a Saturday.
You can do a Saturday. Right now, you see.
And watch, I just realized you all have Lennox Smith here. You could do an interview with him today. Lennox have a massive audience. and put this information out there. What is taking place is nothing short of advantage and abuse.
Yeah.
The government is using uniformed officers of states to create a revenue stream that they're not entitled to
Yeah.
by because I mean
Preying on the public.
you're supposed to use you could never write a perfect law. So it is so what is required is that the person who's enforcing that law. That's why they have courts. Courts have to interpret if the enforcement of the law made sense at that point in time. The law that was written for those CD players was about amplification and noise. It wasn't about CD players. The law may have been badly drafted. And sometimes you reach in a situation where you say, you know what? A bad law is better than no law. Like with the dangerous dogs. They named a bunch of dogs. I said, that's not the point. Put the responsibility on the owner, regardless of the dog.
Yeah.
Once your dog bites somebody, you pay. No matter what size of dog, what kind of dog. Then everybody will boil down like badge and build proper fences, proper gates, and take care of the dog. People will avoid dogs after the people.
As I was telling this man, I would like for you to get in touch with that. In Bull said that it costs the state $500,000, $500,000 to treat one cancer patient for cigarette-related ailments and alcohol-related ailments. Because that way they raise alcohol by 35%. I think it was in 2014. And I was like, wow. It costs the state $500,000 to treat one
You see-
patient. But the state belt law
No,
doesn't cost the state a cent. You want to penalize me?
no, but you see,
Because you care about me all of a
he
sudden.
talks to stupid people.
That's right.
Because that is $500,000 at 1% charges to the state. I would ask him, how is this $500,000? What are you getting for that?
Yeah.
And why is it costing us that star there?
Yeah.
And how much you getting from the cigarette tax and the
Yeah.
alcohol tax that
Yeah.
you're earning?
Yeah.
Is it in excess of that?
Yeah.
So,
It didn't make sense.
if I
Obviously,
never
Yeah.
get a quotation
Yeah.
about anything that Inbert say again in life, I am. Okay? I think he's a demon.
Yes, I say so.
I think he's a demon.
He is.
His role in
Yeah.
life
That's
is to
nice.
make life.
Call him there, man.
His role in life is to make people life hard.
Yeah.
That's not a good person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just say that these people, I mean, forgive me here, but I said people, I say, I said, we have to understand where we came from. Italy water system is you probably know this, is 2,700 years old. Right? And a little Chinese boy in England, in China, would tell anybody that my family went to school in that building there for 1,200 years. There's nobody Caribbean to talk like that. Because our life is 150 years old. We now learning the world. Because we've been brainwashed. And we as a people have been trained to be a particular type of way. We've been trained.
One of the things I wanted to, you know that in Antigua, they pay no income tax. They pay no taxes, house taxes, stuff like that. They don't pay. This is Antigua. That is not an oil and gas country. It's a third world country. It's a part of the Caribbean. It's a part of the OECS. They do not pay.
And we Trinidadians are intelligent people, but we lazy and we hypocritical. I'm telling you that. All these maxi taxi drivers, we could have reached the point, all the taxi drivers in maxi taxi drivers, we could have reached this point where people was getting rebates on the taxes they pay for their cars. That's what you're entitled to. The economy runs on your wheels. You should have been doing public service announcements. You should have been doing ads. We are the National Transportation Association. If you have food and toilet paper in your house today, tanker driver. That's all.
Yeah.
The public will get behind that. And the advantages, as Henry said, everyday people too. Every year the merits will fall off your thing automatically, does it?
What?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years. 2 years. They say 2 years.
If you don't get a lot of
But they have charges that they can give you that is more demerits than that. Instantly you have no license. That is insane. They're pushing people to crime. You don't let a young man pick up a B14 to go and drive wherever their hustle is and owe that money and you take away that. He in trouble.
What did he just take a B14 to go to university and come back to better himself?
Anyway, look, I was interested then, I am interested now in helping. Okay? And if all of y'all already have groups and associations, let's put it to work for you now. Put it to work for you. The whole thing could have, I mean, you collected spend for insurance. things like that. You can imagine the value of the collective insurance of the taxi drivers in Canton. They could make or break companies, big companies.
And I mean,
Tires, oil, gas. I don't know if you'll get any rebates, you should. The government is supposed to work with you.
us, we do when we but when you do the regulation, they make it clear you are a public servant.
You know, Mr. Alexander, you like to use a phrase "square pegs in round holes," and I think that is exactly why it is we haven't gotten that support and that response from the relevant association, i.e. the transportation sector, because I believe that because of their political affiliation, and I say this with no remorse, because of their political affiliation and by extension their own personal agenda, right? They do not want to have this type of communication or this type of unity because it is going to affect them
Yeah, that's right.
in their own personal.
Yeah.
I know how much
Yeah.
affect them because that's how the government is playing. I remember sitting down with the Telecommunication Workers Union when our office was on Stanmore Avenue. And we sat with them and they told me that their lawyer was Stuart Young. I said, how could a workers' union have a lawyer who's a cabinet minister? I said himself to himself, how is that possible?
Yeah, you challenge the system represented.
I say again, and you're dealing with Renison, so you know.
Yeah,
We are very willing to assist again. Renison, I say that there's short haul truckers, long haul truckers, they have lightweight truckers, they have all the different max taxes. Get all those heads around the table. That is good. I was listening to a documentary yesterday. A fellow by the name of Charles Schwab invited the heads of all steel mills in America to a meeting. When our meeting was over, they agreed to work together. And just the agreement to work together generated $600 million. Just the agreement generated $600 million for them. And that was decades ago. And after that became Bethlehem Steel and all kind of things. But I'm just saying, if y'all only knew your power and the benefit of uniting, you'd have did that a long time ago.
I have I had not taxi, but I don't do it because I have a FIFA and I just hustle up on besides what I do. And they realized I say, wait now, they can't stop me. So I stop, I work in taxi in Belmont and I come across screenshot there and the postman put my side, you know. Give me like finish that before I find fire, I think where you didn't have people on Charlotte Street, I say, there's a FIFA in my car. I said, my friends are picking up here. Oh, why you just say working?
And he don't want to go to court.
I said,
He can't do that.
I said, no, what you doing?
But anyway,
So,
listen,
yeah.
I'll wrap this up.
Yeah.
No, but I'm saying, we are very interested again in helping you all organize yourselves. All right?
Yeah.
So if you all are interested and you get everybody else interested, I mean, just get them to understand. We don't want nothing from it. I don't want your support. I don't want you to join any party. I'm not asking nobody for nothing. But we're willing to help you get yourself organized in the best interest of the country.
I like this umbrella. I like this statement of this umbrella. Taxi drivers and the transportation drivers. So if you have toilet paper or bushes in your house.
Gentlemen, nice seeing you all again.
Yes. Pleasure, man.
Take somebody petitions. We work at the ask the tax.
You mean asking my trickery?
You should talk to them. Ask before you go.
You call it asking tax. I call it asking my trickery. Well, that is exactly what it is. You say you have to do that.
But take all of their numbers and you want to get invited when we have meetings. That we having the same conversation.
Let's know I'm not nearly 300% like that kind of
They're united and they're crying. We need to be united.
right over here.